Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. So today we have a battle against Monarch, opponent we got off of Discord here. So yeah, looking at his team on the side there, looks to be very strong. Definitely a Sun team of sorts. Looking at my team, it is the same one that I've been using the past game here. So yeah. What do I want to lead with in this one is the question. How do we want to play this? I think we're going to go ahead and lead with the Mudsdale in this one, actually. And yeah, we'll go ahead and see how that works out for us. So he definitely has, in addition to the Sun strategy, it looks like he definitely has a little bit of a Paradox Pokemon past strategy as well here, so we'll see how we can work with that. So he's going to go ahead and lead with the Screamtail as we lead with the Mudsdale, so that's not too bad for us. This thing's probably just going to want to set up screens and or hazards potentially early here. I think we are actually just going to go ahead and try to get our Stealth Rock set up early here. On this thing, as we'll see what he wants to do right out of the gate here. He's going to go for a Reflect, of course, so that's going to go ahead and increase the physical defense of all his Pokemon for several turns here as we go for the Stealth Rock, which is going to get those hazards up on his side of the field, which is going to be nice. So at this point, he's probably just going to go for the next screen more than likely. We could attack this thing just to see how much damage we can get. That is a possibility. We could also switch. So how do we want to play this? I think we're actually going to, because we're not going to be doing too much damage, I don't think. I think we're going to go ahead and just straight up switch out into the Armarouge here. We want to kill some turns, I think, of the screens, as there is the Armarouge, and he is going to go for the light screen. Go ahead and get that set up, of course, as expected, so not a lot we can do about that. I think what we're going to want to do here is we're going to go ahead and, let's see, how do we want to play this? I think we're going to go ahead and take this opportunity to set up a Calm Mind here, as this thing probably can't do too much to us. He's actually going to go for a Wish, which is kind of fine, probably just scouting us as we do go for the Calm Mind here. So we're going to go ahead and get that special attack and special defense increase. So unless this is a fully supportive Screamtail, his last move has to be an attack of sorts. So we're probably not going to be doing too much damage, only at +1 at this point, so I say we actually just go ahead and set the second Calm Mind here and scout and see what he wants to do, as he's actually going to go for the switch. And what is he going to come in with here? It is going to be the Torkoal, so that's kind of fine. He is going to take that Stealth Rock damage, and then he is going to get the Drought to turn the Sunlight Harsh, as we are going to get the second Calm Mind, which is nice. We're going to go ahead and go up to +2. Special attack and special defense. So he is going to go ahead and get the Wish to heal him back up to full there. So now we are ahead of the screens at this point, so I think we're just going to go on the offense this turn with a Psyshock, just see how much damage we're doing here to this thing at +1. So we do outspeed, obviously. Psyshock incoming, and that is going to go ahead and knock him all the way into the red with a critical hit, which is incredible. He is going to go for the Rapid Spin in return, which is going to give him a speed increase and get rid of our Stealth Rocks. It is actually going to go ahead and trip our weak armor, which is going to drop our defense, but actually give us a sharp speed increase, which is actually really good for us, as we do regain some HP with the leftovers here. So this time around, we know any attack we go for is going to be enough to take the Screamtail out, or sorry, the Torkoal, I should say. So just in case he decides to switch, I think we're actually just going to go ahead and fire off an energy ball here, as he is indeed going to go ahead and switch, and he's going to go ahead and come in with the Lilligant, which is not the best for us, as we did go for the energy ball. Would have been better, obviously, to go for the Psyshock, but we are going to get some chip damage on this thing, which is nice, and then we are going to regain some HP with the leftovers. So with how set up we are, I kind of don't want to switch here. So I say we're just going to stay in here and go for the armor cannon. Not 100% sure what he's going to want to do here, but we're just going to do that, as he actually goes for a healing wish, which is interesting. So he's going to go ahead and the Lilligant's actually going to go ahead and faint in exchange for getting something in for free as we go for the armor cannon. So the only bad news about that is he does now know our full set, and he is going to go ahead and get a free switch into the Torkoal here, and the healing wish is going to go ahead and put this thing all the way back up to full HP, which is honestly not too big of a deal, because I'm not 100% sure what this thing is going to want to do to us here. But I say we actually just go ahead and go for the Psyshock once again at +2 here. We know we're going to outspeed him, and the Psyshock is going to actually not do too much damage to this thing, as he is going to go ahead and go for the Stealth Rock to get that entry hazard set up on us, and the Reflect is going to wear off this turn, which is pretty nice. So not 100% sure what he's planning to do with the Torkoal here. We could go for the third Calm Mind, although I really don't want to get greedy. So I think we're just going to go for the Psyshock here to play it safe, as he is indeed going to go for the switch, and he is going to go ahead and come back in with the Screamtail, which is a little unfortunate. So he comes in with that. He does it the Photosynthesis to go ahead and boost his speed, which is fine. We are going to go for the Psyshock here, and that is going to do a little bit of chip to the Screamtail, not too much, as his light screen is going to wear off. So the screens are down right now. Pretty prime opportunity to go for the armor cannon in the sun, so that's exactly what we're going to do. He does outspeed us, which is unfortunate. Goes for the light screen to get that back up, as we go for the armor cannon. It's +2 in the sun. He does have a screen up. We'll see how much it does. It is going to, with a critical hit, actually just go ahead and blow that Screamtail away, which is incredible. And that is going to knock him down to 4. So I'm not 100% sure if the crit mattered there. It may have, depending on his spread, but we are at +2 in the sun. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Slitherwing, and he is going to get the Photosynthesis boost to increase his attack. So the first impressions is pretty obvious at this point. It's pretty obviously coming here. We are at -2, which is unfortunate. So -2 defense, so I don't think, well, actually -2, I believe. So yeah, we know we probably can't take an attack from this thing, but do we want to switch out is the question. I kind of do want to switch out. What do we want to bring in, though, is the question. We're pretty much going to have to give this thing something if we do switch. And as much as I hate to do it, the Grafaiai might have to be the sacrificial lamb here once again to this thing. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do. We're just going to switch into the Grafaiai because we want to reset those defense drops. And unfortunately, with the hazards up, our Focus Sash is going to be broken from the Stealth Rock here. So there's the Grafaiai, as he's going to go ahead and Terrastallize here. So he's going to pop his Terra, and he's going to go ahead and turn into a pure bug type, so he's going to go ahead and get that extra damage output on the first impressions, no doubt. So he's going to go ahead and go for the first impressions, of course, and it is Terra boosted, and it will be enough, even though it is not very effective or resisted. It will be enough to go ahead and take the Grafaiai out and knock us down to 5, as the sunlight is going to fade and the Photosynthesis boost is going to wear off here. So now we have to decide what we want to bring in on this thing, and at this point I think Mudsdale might actually be the best option here. So yeah, we're going to do just that. We're going to go ahead and come back in with Mudsdale, and we are going to take a little bit of damage from the Stealth Rock. Now, he might be choice item locked into the first impressions here. We don't know. he might want to try to switch out here. So we could try to get our Stealth Rock set back up, but at the same time I feel like damage might be more important. So we're going to go ahead and try to fire a Stone Edge off at something, as indeed he does go for the switch. And he's going to go ahead and switch directly into the Torque Hole, which is okay. He's going to go ahead and reset the Sun there, as we do go for the Stone Edge. Thankfully we don't miss, and it is going to knock that Torque Hole right down into the red, which is incredible for us. So this turn we have a little bit of a choice to make. I'm not really sure who's going to outspeed who here, as both of us are incredibly slow. Both the Mudsdale and the Torque Hole are incredibly slow. He could definitely be packing a grass move maybe for us, and I kind of don't want to take damage on the Mudsdale. So I feel like we might just switch back into the Armor Rouge here, actually. So, because I kind of don't want to take the damage on the Mudsdale, I don't want to risk it. So yeah, we're just going to go back into the Armor Rouge here, and see what he wants to do. So yeah, there it is. We are going to take the Stealth Rock damage, of course, as he is going to go for a Lava Plume. So just trying to get damage. That is going to knock us below half, actually, with a critical hit, as we are going to then regain some HP here with the Leftovers. So I think it's pretty safe this turn for us to just go for a Psyshock, actually, because he doesn't really have anything that wants to switch in here. If he does stay in with the Torque Hole, it should take him out. So we're just going to go for the Psyshock here, as he is going to switch the Torque Hole, trying to save his Sunsetter, and he is going to switch in with the Sandy Shocks. So he's going to go ahead and come in with that. He's going to get the Photosynthesis, and that is going to increase his speed, as we do go for a nice Psyshock here. And it is going to take this thing down with another critical hit, actually, by about 3/4, which is great damage. And then he is going to regain some HP with the Leftovers here. And we are also going to regain some HP with the Leftovers. So we're in an interesting situation here, because we haven't used our Terra yet. So we could definitely stay in, Terrastallize into a Grass type and maybe catch this thing off guard, possibly, and take it out. But I don't really know if that's worth it, to be honest. I kind of don't want to, in a way, don't want to do that. We could just stay in and let him take us out, potentially with a ground attack. We could try to switch. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult situation. We know he's going to outspeed us. We could just switch into the Vaporeon here, because Vaporeon's not super useful this game, unfortunately. But then again, the Stealth Rocks are up, so we don't really have too many more switches in to this situation. So we're just going to stay in and go for the Armor Cannon here, as he's actually going to go for a Substitute. So he's going to go ahead and get that set up. Good thing we stayed in here, as we do go for the Armor Cannon, and that's definitely going to break the Substitute, no questions asked there. With the extra damage output with the Sun, and also the very strong move. So that is pretty nice. We do take a round of defense drops, which is unfortunate. But he is also going to regain some HP with the Leftovers here, which does put him up high enough that I believe he could substitute one more time, as we are going to get some HP back with the Leftovers as well. So I think our best course of action here is just forcing him to take us out. So we're just going to go ahead and I think we're just gonna Armor Cannon again here. We have to force him to take us out, as he does go for the Earth Power this turn, and sure enough, that will be enough to finish off the Armor Rouge, and that is going to knock us down to 4. But that is kind of what we needed in this situation, as he is going to get some HP back with the Leftovers. So I think in this situation, our best course of action is going to be to switch in with the Hariyama. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. And so we do take some Stealth Rock damage here. Now I think the best course of action is actually just going to be to go ahead and go for a Fake Out to get some chip damage on this thing. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we'll see what he wants to do here in this situation. And he is going to stay in, so we do get the Fake Out. It is going to knock this thing into the red, and we do get the flinch, of course. And then he is going to regain some HP with the leftovers as he is still in the red, and his light screen is going to wear off. We are going to get burned by the flame orb. So, unfortunately, I don't think we are going to have enough power behind this thing to take him out with another move here. So, how do we want to play this here? I don't really want to take a big shot with Hariyama, but at the same time, I don't think we really have a choice. What does he have left here? So he's got the Torque Hole, yeah, he's got those two left. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here, we should be able to take one attack from this thing, so we're just going to go knock off here, see what he wants to do. He's actually just going to go for a Spikes, so that's interesting. He's going to get another entry hazard set up on us, as we're just going to go ahead and go for a knockoff here to finish off the Sandy Shocks. So that's kind of fine. We're going to get rid of the Sandy Shocks and knock him down to 2 there, which is pretty nice as we do take some burn damage here. So yeah, that's actually not too bad for us, as we can't really get the hazards off the board anyway. Now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Slither Wing, and he's got the Photosynthesis, obviously, to increase his attack, which is obviously no good. So, let's see here. How many turns of Sun does he have left is what is the question. He's got 1 turn of Sun left, so I think he's got the Slither Wing and he's got the Torque Hole, or his last 2 Pokemon, or he's got the Slither Wing, the Torque Hole, and the yeah, other one there. So, what do we do here? I think we have to switch. We probably have to switch, right? So, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go to the Mudsdale here. I think that's probably our best option. So we're just going to hard switch into Mudsdale. See how much damage we're talking here. We're going to come in with that. We're going to take some hazard damage, unfortunately. And what's he going to want to do here? He's going to go for the close combat straight away, and that's going to KO the Mudsdale. So that is probably choice banded, because Mudsdale is very bulky. He's going to take some defense drops there. He's going to get hurt by the Rocky Helmet, which is nice. And yeah, that takes the Mudsdale out and knocks us down to 3. So that's more than definitely close. That is more than definitely some. That is more than definitely some choice banded damage there, I think. So the Sunlight goes away, which is perfect. We're going to go ahead and come in with the Iron Jugulus. We're going to take some Stealth Rock damage. And I think the best course of action here is we're just going to go ahead and go for the Air Slash. We're Choice Scarf, so we know we outspeed everything, or we should anyway, as he's going to go ahead and switch in with the Torque Hole. Unfortunately, he's going to reset the Sun one more time, which is unfortunate. We're going to go the Air Slash, which will finish the Torque Hole off, no questions asked, from that range, knocking him down to 2 Pokemon, which is good for us. Now he's going to go ahead and come back in with the Slither Wing, and he's going to go ahead and get the Photosynthesis, of course, to increase his attack. So I'm pretty confident this thing is choice banded, which is obviously bad news for us. I think the only thing we can do in this situation is go ahead and switch into the Vaporeon basically as fodder, because we need to, that First Impressions is going to destroy whatever switches in. So that's really the only play we have. So we're going to switch the Vaporeon in, take the hazards damage, and sure enough, he does go for the First Impressions. Of course, it is Terra boosted, and there's no way we're going to take that. So Vaporeon is going to go down there one shot and knock us down to 2, which is bad news. So now we are going to go ahead and have to come back in with the Hydreigon. So that's exactly what we're going to do, or not Hydreigon, Iron Jugulus, I should say. So we're going to come in with that, take that hazard damage, and yeah, I think we definitely just go Air Slash here and hope we don't miss is really the play, as we're going to be pushing the edges of the timer here. He stays in, we go Air Slash, and he actually survives the Air Slash, to my surprise. I'm actually stunned that he survives the Air Slash with like 1 HP there. That's crazy to me. And he goes for the attack and takes us out there, knocking us down to 1. So I'm pretty shocked that we survived the air slash there. So we're gonna come in with the Hariyama. We're gonna take that chip damage from the hazards there. So it's all on Hariyama, unfortunately. We're definitely gonna fake out here. If he stays in, it's gonna take him out. But of course, he is gonna switch. And he's going to be switching into the Scovillain, which is obviously bad news for us. So he comes in with that. We go for the fake out. That is going to do quite a bit of damage to this thing, as we do take some burn damage. So we're in an unfortunate situation here because our Terra is no good against this thing. So the only thing we can do is actually just go for a close combat here and hope we can take an attack from this thing. He goes Flamethrower, and we do survive with 22 HP. We go for the close combat in return, which will take the Scovillain out and knock him down to just one Pokemon. Unfortunately, his last Pokemon is going to be with the burn damage. We are barely going to survive the burn damage with 7 HP in the red. Unfortunately, he is going to have the Slitherwing in the back, and he does hit the Photosynthesis, so unfortunately, he does have the first impressions. We know he has first impressions, so we are going to Bullet Punch, but unfortunately, first impressions does out-prioritize Bullet Punch, so indeed he just goes for that, and from that range, obviously, we cannot take one, so that is going to finish the Hariyama off, and that is going to be game. So with seconds left as the timer runs out, we are going to lose that one 1-0 to Monarch, but that was a really great match, actually. Very close, very competitive, down to the wire. Definitely could have gone either way there. They really don't get much closer than that. Really just came down to, I think, at the end of the day, a roll as to whether or not that that Slitherwing survived that air slash from the Iron Jugulus all those turns ago. And yeah, just they really don't get much closer than that. So down to the wire, which is of course what we like to see. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and/or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.